Hey everyone, it's Julie Lawrence from TeacherJulieOnline.com. On my channel, I talk about working from home as an online teacher. That could be for any company you choose. I currently work for Outschool and VIPKid. A few videos ago, I made one about using Zoom to teach your classes on Outschool. Actually, that is how you teach your classes on Outschool, is using the Zoom platform. But I made that video in response to many people reaching out to me and saying they were a little bit intimidated by the technology of teaching on Outschool. And so I made that video to show that you don't have to do any frills, bells and whistles, anything like that. You don't have to share your screen. You can just simply teach using Zoom. So I made that video to show just a simple approach to teaching on Outschool using just basically your webcam, your props, and yourself. In this video, I wanted to show how I teach most of my lessons using Google Slides. So I thought that I would give a brief demonstration of how I set up a lesson using Google Slides. I can kind of show you what I do and some of the steps that I take, and hopefully that will be a jumping off point for you if you want to use Google Slides in your lessons. And then I will go into the Zoom platform and show you how I share my screen and use Google Slides that way. So let's get started. Okay, hello everyone. I have my screen open to a brand new Google slide presentation, and this is how I always start. And on this first slide, I would make my title of my lesson. So I already teach a class like this, but I thought I would kind of redo, I guess, a couple of slides to show you what I would do. So my class is called I Can Count Coins, and so I would just simply title it like that, and then I'm going to add a new slide. I'm going to add a blank slide, and on this slide, I know that I want to start my lesson by introducing the different coins. So on this slide, I'm going to introduce the penny. So I want to get a good image of a penny. Now there's a lot of different ways that you can find images that don't have copyright issues. You can use websites such as Pixabay, Unsplash. You can use if you can find free use clip art sites, some things like that. I have some that I use. I think one is called My Cute Graphics, and those have a few clip arts that are free to use. Another tip that I can tell you is to go into Google Images, and then if you click on this over here where it says any license and you change it, and the one I always use is free to modify, share, and use commercially, because remember, Outschool is a commercial company. It's a for-profit company, and so I click on that one, and that will bring up pennies that are, or images that are free to use. I also like to add in here PNG sometimes. Now, if I'm going to keep my background white on Google Slides, it doesn't really matter to me. Let's just see what that brings up. So these are the transparent background pennies that are available to modify, share, and use commercially. So I might pick this one, and you can see that the background disappears, so that does have a transparent background. And I'm going to come back to my presentation and paste it here. And so I want to be able to show the kids the front of the penny, and I also want to be able to show the back of the penny. So I might come back and search for penny back. I think I see one down there anyway. I see one. So maybe, now the penny is tricky because it actually has two backs. So I might grab both of these right here. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab the newer one, since that's the one that I think most kids might have right now, and paste that in my presentation. I'm going to kind of layer them so you can see that they're front and back. I would even come up here and I would spend a lot of time doing this and make sure they're kind of the same size. That's just what I like to do. Okay, so I would stop there maybe with my images. Then I also want to put some information on here. So I'm going to go add a new text box. And here's where I'm going to type my information about the penny. So I think I want to say that it has Abraham Lincoln on the front. It has the Lincoln Memorial on the back, or the shield. Now, I teach younger kids, so I'm not expecting them to read these words. This is mostly for me to kind of talk about. So I'm not just going to go through these bullets and say, Abraham Lincoln, Lincoln Memorial. I mean, you get the idea. This is just to help me with my talking points. So I would talk to the kids about how Abraham Lincoln is on the front, and on the back of your penny, you might see the Lincoln Memorial, or you might see a shield. So there are two different types of pennies. I might also say that the penny is copper colored and that it has smooth edges. And that's pretty much it. I might want to make that bigger. I just go in here and I mess around in Google Slides until I get it looking like I like it. And that's it. Now, I might add some other images if I want to. I can go back into either Google Images and do a search just to find more maybe realistic looking pennies, or maybe I want to show a pile of pennies, or I don't know. I might add some more images to this to make it a little more enticing or engaging. So if I were continuing on with this slideshow, I would next make a nickel and kind of do the same format, a dime, and a quarter. Then after I have those 4 slides, I would go through each of those slides with the kids, and then maybe I want to do a game. So I think I'm going to set up a game at this point. Okay, before we move on to the game, I had to go back and point out that I would add that this penny is worth 1 cent. I don't want you to think that I would leave that out. That is the most important thing that they should learn about the penny. Okay, but I have set up my first slide of my game that I'm going to have the kids do. So in this game, they're going to start off with a blank white screen, and I can always change the color on this and make it look better than just black and white if I wanted to. And I'm going to click one clue at a time. So these are going to appear like silver colored will appear, and then Thomas Jefferson will appear, and then smooth edges. And the goal is to have the kids guess that this is talking about the nickel. So I'm going to show you how I would set it up to animate it. So the first one I want to fly in or to appear or whatever you want to do is this silver colored. So you click on it. This is a text box, and you are going to insert animation, and then you will see over on the right the animation options pop up. I think I'm going to have this fly in from the left, so I'm going to choose fly in from the left, and I want that to happen on my mouse click, so I'm just going to leave click. Next, I'm going to click on Thomas Jefferson. I'm going to add animation. You can just come over here, add animation. I want it to fly in from the left again on my click. Then I'm going to click on smooth edges, add animation, fly in from the left on my click. Worth 5 cents would be next. Add animation. Again, I want it to fly in from the left on my click. You can also come down here and change the speed of how fast you want it to fly. I tend to not mess with that. Sometimes I do, depending on what my animation is. Okay, and now for the nickel, I'm going to add animation, and I first want it to, I think I'm going to have it zoom in, again on my click, and then I'm also going to add to the nickel, I'm going to add a spin. The kids love it when things spin. And I'm going to have that happen after previous. So after it zooms in, then it's going to spin. Hopefully. I always cross my fingers on this. Now I also want to animate the word nickel. And so I'm going to add an animation to that. I'm going to have it fade in with previous. So at the same time that my nickel is spinning, the word nickel should show up. So you can test this by clicking on play down here. Let's see. All right, so this is what the kids will see first. I'm ready to play the game, so I'm going to click. This coin is silver colored. Thomas Jefferson. So of course the kids are guessing right now. It has smooth edges. And it's worth 5 cents. Does anyone know what it is? It's the nickel. Yeah, okay, so there you go. I would do that for all of the coins and have them guess and go through a slide like that for each coin. All right, I'm going to set up a matching game for the kids to play. So I think I'm going to have 10 total cards. So I'm going to do 2 rows of 5. So the way I do this is I insert a shape, generally insert a rectangle or a square. I am going to duplicate this until I get 10. Okay, I have my 10 rectangles. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I want this to be a picture and word matching game. So I'm going to have a picture of the coin and the word, and we're going to see if they can match them. So at this point, I'm going to go find my images. I would probably already have them inserted in the other slides, so I could go copy paste. I'm going to go find images that I can use of pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters. So in the process of my creating, I decided that 10 boxes was too many, that I just wanted to have each coin match once. So I have changed it to only 8 boxes with pictures of coins and names of coins. So I'm in the process of finishing this up. So I have added images to these boxes, and now I'm just finishing up. These are text boxes that I have inserted. I'm just copying them and then pasting. Oops. Let's try that again. Pasting and getting the final touches ready on this game. Okay, now I want to hide the cards. So what I do to do that is I go ahead and I insert another shape, and I just put it right on top of this. Okay, and it's going to cover it up. I'm going to copy and paste all of those until all of them are covered up. Now, I like to change the colors of each of these so that the kids can pick, and I always just pick the rainbow colors. So, I'm going to go ahead and put all my colors on here. Okay, so my game is ready to go. Now let's jump into Zoom, and I'm going to show you how I would present this during a lesson. Alright, so before you start your lesson, I would recommend opening everything that you're going to be using during your lesson, having it all ready to go, having it in present mode if it's going to be in present mode. I actually didn't do that, so we'll figure that out when we get there. But so here I am, I'm in my class, I'm teaching, and I'm ready to share my slides. So I'm going to come down here to share screen. And I'm going to click right here on Google Chrome. Now, what I like to do is I like to go up to Advanced, and I like to only show a portion of my screen. To me, that's a little bit cleaner looking, and they don't see everything on my computer. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of this. Alright, so now they are seeing whatever I click on over here. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this. Now, honestly, I might have this one in present mode just to make it look a little bit better. So on the student's screen, all they are seeing is what is inside this green box. And so this is what I would do. I would start presenting, what's a penny? What do you know about a penny? A penny has Abraham Lincoln on it. And then I can continue to click through my slides, or you can come down here and use the presentation things. You can also click here to get a pointer. That's kind of cool. I would keep clicking until I'm not sure where it went. Okay, there we go. That's where they can see what you're pointing to a little bit better. Okay, so now let's pretend that I've presented all of my coins and now I'm ready to play that game. So I'm going to go ahead and click. Remember, it was a blank screen to start with, so I'm going to tell the kids, okay, are you ready? We have a game to play today. Pay careful attention. See if you can guess which coin I'm talking about. And here we go. I'm starting my game. It's silver colored, and I can click all the way through. It's a nickel! Okay, now, if you want to play the game like I did with the memory game, I'm ready to play the memory game. This game is not going to work in present mode on Google Slides. So if you click the escape button, it's going to take you back out of present mode into Google Slides. Now, you'll see that the green box is still around this portion of the screen. So again, that's all the students are seeing. You don't have to do this portion of the screen part. For example, if I click Stop Share, and now I'm just going to go back in, and I'm not going to worry about sharing a portion of my screen. Just click on Basic. Okay, and so now you are going to see your game, and the children are going to see everything that you can see. You'll kind of see the green box around it over there, but they will be able to see everything on your screen. So just be aware of that. So, okay, we're ready to play the game, and what we're looking for is we are looking to match our coins, our coin pictures with coin words. So who wants to go first? Can you pick a color? Okay, and let's say I already have this yellow clicked. So let's say they have chosen yellow. You are going to want to click on, obviously, whichever color they pick. Make sure that it is highlighted. They click yellow, you click on it and hit delete. And that's going to remove that yellow box. Okay, what coin did you get? It looks like you got a nickel. Can you find the word nickel? And so maybe they choose blue next. So I'm going to click on blue, hit the delete. A little slow. And we see that it's the word penny. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not a match. So if you want to go back to how it was, you can click Command Z, at least you can on a Mac, and that will undo your last moves. Okay, so you would keep going until they complete the game. Okay, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope that that was at least a little bit helpful or gives you a place to start from. If you have any other questions or you need to know something specific that maybe I didn't cover, if I know it, I will be happy to share that with you. You can reach me by email at teacherjulieonline@gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram or my website, teacherjulieonline.com. And I would love for you to subscribe to this channel so you can see more of my videos as they come out every week. Thanks again for watching. Happy teaching. Goodbye.